So hello everyone, today we will learn about what is OSI model. So basically OSI model is an framework. It is a framework of 7 layers which tells how one computer communicates with another computer. It explains how different computer systems communicate over a network. Okay, and the layers which I have talked about is responsible for a specific task in data transmission. Like imagine if you are sending a letter, if you are sending a letter to your friend in another city. Okay, and this and to another friend in a city, so we need an post office. So this letter will go through post office, with go through some delivery agents. Same, the data we will send from one computer to another computer will have to go through from different layers, will different security layers. Okay, now let's talk about all the layers. So first layer is physical layer. So basically what is physical layer? In physical layer, the data is being sent through wires or optical fibers. See, I'll just explain you the basic work of this physical layer so you can understand. I will just not write here theory and explain you with the help of definitions. Okay, so physical layer deals with the physical connection. Like there is one computer and this computer is connected with another computer through a wire. So now it transmits the raw data like in format of 0 and 1s, and we know that this bit travel through this wire. So these all communication comes under the physical layer. Basically in physical layer, all the data has been sent through wires. Okay, wires or cables. We know that if we are in America, okay, and another person is in India, if he will search something about a video on a YouTube, we know that those requests will go through optical fibers, which is all being distributed in oceans. So these all things comes in physical layer. Okay, now let's understand what is data link layer. This is the second layer, which is data link layer. So data link layer is the layer which ensure whenever we will send one data to another user or another computer, it should be error free. There should be no error while sending the data. Okay, and what happens, all the data is being grouped in frames, and in frames like this is 0 and 1. This bits will be grouped into a frame, so this whole group will known as frame 1. Now the data is being sent through with the help of frame. So now one question will occur in your mind, like why we need this frame, why we were grouping 0 and 1 bit in a frame. See, we know that 0 and 1 bit were being sent directly through cables and wires. Okay, that comes into physical layer. Now these bits will be converted into frames. Now this bit will be converted into frames. Why we need that? Why can't we only send 0 and 1? See, sending we can send, but sending only 0 and 1 bit is very high task, or it is not reliable. or it is not reliable to send just 0 and 1 bits. So what we do, we created a frame and group this 0 1 bit into a frame, which is like frame 1. So now this frame will be transmitted through to another device, and that device will have its own MAC address. See, there are two types of addresses. One is MAC address and IP address. I will create a separate video. It will just like of 3-4 minutes, and you will find it. So so there is a MAC address in our device. So this frame will be directed head towards to its destination MAC address, and that MAC address is being written on NIC. And also there is a switch table. Which knows that where this framework will go, to which MAC address, and with the help of it will find that this framework will go to a MAC address, and this data link will do this. Now come to network layer. In the network layer, so in network layer, this decides the best route for the computer to travel, like if we were sending data, which route is best? Is this route is best, or is this route is best, or is this route is best? For example, why we have to find best route? Because for security reasons, it should be more optimized and fast. So it is responsible for this task. And with the help of routers, we route the data in an optimized path. Now let's come to the fourth layer. What is the fourth layer? The fourth layer is transport layer. See, transport layer, again, as a name shows, transport layers mean transporting data. Okay. So what happened in this? The data which was being sent so the data which is being sent in transport layer, that data is divided into packets, like packet 1 and packet 2, and these packets were being sent to a destination computer. So these packets should be guaranteed deliver, and those delivery were managed by two protocols, that is TCP protocol and UDP protocol. I will explain this in another video, which would be of 3 to 4 minute video. Okay, so basically this is the main job of transport layer. Now session layer. So session layer is basically a layer which manages the connection between two computers. It decides whether the connection should be of 4 minutes or 3 minutes. After that, this connection will be disconnected, and that also is responsible through session layer, and that's the job of session layer. Now let's come to presentation layer. So the data which was being sent was converted into a format which system can understand. Like for example, we have a data which is encrypted. So system can't understand what is that data. We have to decrypt it and compress it. So why we need encryption? Because no one can interfere between the communication. If someone hack our information, it couldn't find what is the real information. So this is the basic funda of this layer, just to convert the data into a format which system can understand. And last application is application layer. Now someone sends you hi message. So that hi message will have to go through all these layers. So now finally those hi message will be delivered with a pop-up. like hi. So that pop-up, all this UI, this pop-up could be of blue color, um, or there could be an animation of fade in fade out. So all those UI is comes under a application layer. So this layer interacts with user. We as a user see this layer. It interacts with user. We as a user see this layer. And it could be an web browser or email application or a file transfer tool. So basically which a user can see is the application layer. And the final information has been shown in this layer.